Romelu Lukaku cost Manchester United £75 million. The Premier League broke its own summer spend record during the August transfer window, which came to an end at midnight on Thursday. According to Tim Bridge of the Deloitte Sports Business Group, the recently ended window smashed the spending record of the top tier of the English game. And he told Sky Sports News there is nothing to suggest this figure cannot increase further in years to come. The total spent by Premier League clubs during the transfer window was more than £1.413 billion, producing a net spend of £665 million. Bridge, a senior manager for Deloitte, explained it is an increase of 23% on the previous summer transfer record and reflects the amount of money clubs have available to spend now on the long-term future, such as players, stadiums and capital investments such as training grounds. About £0.7 billion has gone overseas, which reflects the international image of the Premier League, as well as the overseas scouting networks clubs have. An analysis of this summer's record spending spree by Premier League clubs, around £0.6 billion, was between Premier League clubs, with about £100 million going to the Football League. Bridge also pointed out that regarding percentages of available funds, this summer's transfer spend was similar to previous years. Alvaro morata joined Chelsea for £65 million. He added this year the figures have really caught the attention because of the scale. The Neymar transfer took the headlines, but if you look at the trend in the Premier League and how much of a club's revenue they are spending on transfers, then this summer transfer window is not out of line with that trend. Clubs usually spend between 20–30% of the revenue on transfers, and this summer's window is around the 30% mark. City shelled out £45 million for Kyle Walker, so when asked if this level of spending is sustainable, then it is sustainable if the revenues continue to grow at the level it currently is. And as we are coming into a new television broadcast cycle, the year after next, then potentially we might see further revenue increases and transfer spend will increase with it. Bridge confirmed that the Premier League are the biggest spenders in Europe by a hefty margin. He added it's the biggest in Europe by a considerable distance this summer, followed by Serie A, where a number of clubs have new investment and they have spent around £720 million. Arsenal smashed their club record in signing Alexandre Lacazette. The transfer window is still open in La Liga, where they have another day to go, but all three of the other Big Five leagues have broken the £500 million spend mark. Landmark's Romelu Lukaku's £75 million move from Everton to Manchester United was the biggest between Premier League clubs. Tottenham received £45 million from Manchester City for Kyle Walker, and Everton spent a similar amount to bring Gylfi Sigurdsson from Swansea, while Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain joined Liverpool from Arsenal for around £35 million. Only 8 players arrived from France, but they included fees of over £40 million apiece to take Alexandre Lacazette to Arsenal, plus Benjamin Mendy and Bernardo Silva to Manchester City. Timu Bakayoko's £34 million move to Chelsea, and Serge Aurier joining Spurs on deadline day for £23 million, helped League One clubs rake in £205 million from the Premier League. 9 arrivals from La Liga totaled a reported £134.2 million, with almost half of that spent by Chelsea on Real Madrid striker Alvaro Morata. In contrast, 13 arrivals from the Bundesliga totaled less than £40 million, with the bulk of the money going on West Ham's purchase of Javier Hernandez from Bayer Leverkusen and Oliver Burke's move from Leipzig to West Brom.